organizations as well and holds a remarkable position in those. She has such a multifaceted personality, guys. Like, she's poet, author, writer, coordinator, director, and you'll just get to know her in just few minutes. Okay, and I got to know her personally, like when I was attending the poetry writing contest back then, which was organized by UNICEF in collaboration with Daya Foundation and Rotary Club of Kathmandu town. And she was so joyous and cheerful, and that was the most interactive session I ever attended, I must say, ma'am. And I hope, I just don't hope, I'm sure that there will be change in my list today. And thank you. I'd like to thank personally, like, college administration for making me meet with this amazing personality again. And thank you, Kapil sir. Thank you, Neeva ma'am, for coming, and thank you, Siksha ma'am and Tanya ma'am, for all the arrangements. Now, Neeva ma'am will be taking the floor for an hour from now, and we'll have a Q&A session for about 15 to 20 minutes, and we will be ending the session. So feel free to ask any questions regarding this topic, and Neeva ma'am would love to answer those. Right, Neeva ma'am? Hello.
Thank you, Ritu, for the wonderful introduction and for your very animated talk and then the poetry that you read. So हामी चाहिँ आज नेपाली र इङ्ग्लिस दुवैमा कुरा गर्छौं. So it is my great honor and pleasure to be with Advanced Engineering College, and thanks again to Kapil sir and also to Tanya ji for all the coordination and for the invitation. So I'm Ms.Neeva M.Pradhan. As Ritu just mentioned, my background has been totally in banking industry for many years, and and how did I get into this kind of technique and tools? So basically, in any profession, all of you are now engineering students, and we have engineering faculty here. So regardless of what profession, the doctors and nurses in the hospital, medical team, so everyone faces what we call stress. I don't believe I have met anyone really in my walk of life who has never faced such a thing called stress, tanav. Sabaijanle video on the gardinu bhayo bhane it would be more interactive, and I would like to request, we have like an hour and 15 minutes, and then we have Q&As. So it would be great. I would like to request all of you, first of all, to put your videos on. Number two, we'll use the chat section, chat praयोग garnu hola. If I ask you a question, if you like what I said, then it will be 1 or 2 thumbs up, whichever is fine with me. But I don't think we'll ever see this, because whatever I'll be sharing with you is something you already know from before. It's nothing new stuff, right? तर खाली मैले चाहिँ यो awareness सजगता मात्रै बढाउनलाई खोजेको हो, So anyway, having said that, how do we define stress, and what are the causes of stress in life? Exams, right? Then your assignment dues, relationship problems that comes up, and then it could be financial matters, it could be health related issues. So many different reasons for stress. Biggest stress factor, COVID. We don't know who next will be caught by this virus and the disease. So ajako yo session ma, just in a nutshell, what I will be doing is basically talking the causes of stress, and then what are many reasons, and one main reason for stress factor we'll define. And then after that, we'll talk about what is fear. Dorko bhavna bhane ke ho? Ele ke garcha ta? It will only help to identify and to magnify stress, dorko bhavana of fear. And then we'll also talk about sources of energy. Urjaka srotaru ke hun? So when we know how we can raise our energy level from within, okay, I'm not talking about the energy when you go to the gym and you build your muscles, okay? I'm talking about the different type of energy that we need to know about it. We need to be aware and get it from inside out, so we are able to handle our responsibilities in life. हाम्रो जिम्मेवारी जे छ जीवनमा दायित्व भन्नुहुन्छ कि जिम्मेवारी, we're able to handle that with a heightened level of energy. And then responsibility, what are our responsibilities in life, and how we can take care of it with this energy that we are able to bring it up. And emotion, mind, breath, how is it all interconnected? Emotion bhaneko bhavana, mind bhaneko hamro dimag मन, हैन, अनि breath bhaneko hamro swas. They are all totally interconnected. So Isobanera will make the session as interactive as possible, because I'd like to have you go home, take home with you certain tools and techniques that can help during this very stressful time. So everybody with me? Yes? अब पहिला सुरुमा stress भनेको चिज we cannot see with our eyes. It's an abstract term. So what happens is tanav भनेको चिज we can feel. And extreme level ma stress भनेपछि के हुन्छ भने high blood pressure, high tension, headache, ruga lagne देखि लिएर all kinds of diseases happen when there is a lot of stress that we are not able to handle. Oh? So because saying that, we cannot explain it, but we can feel it. And we can tell immediately when a person is stressed, because the person won't have a smile on their face. Become serious looking, something is going to happen, yesto khalko bhavanaharu huncha. So a person who's stressed. Now, the best way I can define stress for you is to give you an example, is to demonstrate, okay? When a child is born in the hospital, सानो नानी जब जन्मिन्छ, the central nervous system is very flexible and pliable. हाम्रो central nervous system. Yeah, हाम्रो screenमा doctorsहरु त हुनुहुन्न होला, but they will verify, they will support what I'm suggesting and sharing with you. The central nervous system is very flexible for a child. But as the child grows up, हामी पनि एक दिन त्यस्तै सानो नानी थियौ. Then when the child grows up, becomes like 5 years old, 10, 15, 20 plus years, in society, he finds there's a lot of differences, disparity. And the central nervous system, batadinde, knotted up. So there's a lot of knot in the individual. So, ekdam simple method ma vyakhya garna pardakiri, explain garda pardakiri, stress is a knotted up system, central nervous system, totally tight. So a person like this, what happens is, like I said, all kinds of diseases, mental as well as physical. And the only way to unknot, who'd like to find out how you can be back in this situation? I'd like to see show of hands. Nobody? Okay, only one. Siksha ma'am. Okay, everybody would like to see. Okay, video, Tanya, ma'am, Siksha ma'am, if we could have more videos on, that would be very great. That would be lovely. Okay, so to come to this state is what we are going to talk about today. How to be back here rather than the knots and the twist in our central nervous system. This is the definition of stress. So, धेरै वर्ष अगाडि, when we are still, I was in my teenage years, my family arranged a trekking. Mane baira Kathmanduबाट baira first time हामी गइरहेको थियौं हैन. अनि first time बाहिर जाँदाखेरि चाहिँ it was a 2-week trek. So in this trek, it was beautiful just to see how wonderful Nepal is, with the valleys and mountains and rivers and all kinds of flora and fauna. So we really enjoyed the trek. So we stayed in the villages. It was from Trishuli to Gorkha. And yeti राम्रो थियो, the whole terrain, but we had to walk 10 to 12 hours a day. And I truly enjoyed it. Kuta was full of blisters because we had to walk so many hours. We waded through water, the river, and then we went through hills and valleys and all of this. So it was a wonderful way at the age of 14 or something that, we were able to see Nepal as it was. As we did that one night when we were all fast asleep, it must have been around 1 or 2 a.m. in the morning, the villagers shouted very loudly in the middle of the night. They said, Bagayo, tiger, there's tiger in the vicinity. So euta bagle chai uhaharuko bakra bhera ani sabai kukraharu chai khairaha रहेछ के. So it was rampaging the whole village, and they were afraid for their life. So as they shouted, the owner of the hut we were staying in the basement where there were the cow shed. And it was so natural. And the man ran with a huge rifle. He took the rifle and with other villagers. So as they ran out, we were all huddled together in fear. We are so afraid. किनभने के हुन्छ थाहा छैन, बाघ कता आयो हैन, बाघ भनेपछि त बाघ हो नि त, अनि फेरि जनावर खानेपछि त मान्छे पनि खान्छ. So we are all like, and I still remember to this day, my heart was pounding so hard and so fast, I could feel it in my throat. So अहिले पनि I can experience that, I can feel that, because the fear was so great. And none of us slept that whole night until the man came back. And something happened, they managed to catch the tiger somehow, right? So this was an experience of fear. So हामीले अर्को incident we have experienced, I have experienced fear, is during Nepalko भुइँचालो भूकम्प जाँदाखेरि 6 years back. So we all experienced fear. आयो भन्थ्यो, के आयो, भुइँचालो आयो हैन. Someday it would shake so hard and so loud, you know, we didn't know where to go to save our lives. So यस्तो गरेर चाहिँ बितेको छ. अब अहिले आएर COVID. So a lot of fear factor. So let's see the definition of fear. Okay, so if you just look at this, fear, it's a powerful, primitive human emotion. We can feel it at a biochemical level. We can feel it in our body and in our emotion and in our mind. This is what fear is, right? But it also alerts us to what is dangerous and what we need to do. It is dangerous not to go out. We are in lockdown situation and we all need to wear a mask when we are around people. Even when we are going outside for a little bit, we need to wear mask. So fear ले चाहिँ हामीलाई के गर्छ, एउटा सतर्क हैन, mask लाएर हिँड्नु पर्छ, and that will give you some amount of safety, but best is not to go out at all. And then danger may be physical or it could be psychological. But how much fear is healthy amount? Okay. Okay. So how much fear, 80 amount of fear is good because it will keep us in the safe zone. But when you are 100% too much fearful, के हुन्छ भने नभएको चीज पनि मनमा कल्पना गरेर, we cannot even get up in the morning, we cannot take responsibility for ourselves, and then our mind is creating havoc inside us. We cannot think clearly, there's no clarity of thought, and we become immobile. So that is unhealthy result of fear. So let's see what happens in the next slide. Okay, so the fear, F-E-A-R, also spells out false evidence appearing real. You know, COVID, you know, and people could contract that a mask layo, hat dhoyo, eta uta ke garyo bhanदेखि, then they say that it is okay, you can still get on with your life. Home education bhairach aile sabaiko, you know, all colleges, you are operating from home. So let us be mindful about our time, you know, about our routine, get up in the morning, be fresh, and then some techniques that I will share with you today, hopefully that will help you, you know, to practice it so you can become more energetic. So you don't stay in the level of fear, you know, controlled by fear factor. पहिला चाहिँ के हुन्थ्यो भने fear भन्दा साथै it was a negative emotion many years ago. But now, certain amount of fear is good to keep you safe and alive and well भनिन्छ, हैन? Keep us. But then, when it traps you, when thousands of thoughts are going on in your mind, in just a little bit, I'll talk about the nature of a human mind and what it does to us. Okay, so we'll talk about that. But when it traps you and it binds you, then it is not good. Then it's a negative emotion. But today we'll define 3 types of fear. The intensity of fear, कति गहिरो छ, how deep is it, the fear intensity? The harm, how much does it threaten you, right? अहिले चाहिँ बाहिर गयो भने you are not safe. घरमा बस्यो भने you are safe. Okay, that's why you're locked down भएको छ. Then timing of it, the harm, is it immediate? Yes, it is immediate if you go out in the crowd, and or is it something down the road in the future? But today we will focus on the 3rd factor, coping with it. How are we going to cope with it? What, if any, actions can be taken to reduce or to eliminate the threat? हामीले आफ्नो लागि के गर्न सक्छौं so that हामी चाहिँ यो fear को मुनि बसेर चाहिँ like life नै incapacitated हुन परेको छैन भन्ने किसिमको हामी कुरा गर्छौं. So let's see the face of fear. When somebody is fearful, let's see what happens to this individual. It's a facial expression of fear, like big eyes, like eyes are popped up, the eyebrows are high, and then the mouth is, jaws are dropping down, and garden pani phuleko huncha. So yesto khalko expression huncha. Sometimes it can be mistaken for a surprise, right? But this kind of expression, if we go around the whole day, it is not conducive to our health. Because fearle गर्दाखेरि के हुन्छ भने it impacts our breathing pattern, and we'll talk a little bit about the breath and what it does. Okay, so let's see how our emotion, mind, and breath is interconnected to each other. Okay, so emotion, mind, and breath. When we are angry, हामीलाई जब धेरै मात्रामा रिस उठ्छ, we are angry, कस्तो खालको श्वास हामीले फेर्छौँ भन्दाखेरि hot and fast breath. Hot and fast breath. Okay. And then sad or fear. Sad and fear is together. It's very similar. Cold and shaky breath. Depressed person, long outgoing breath. So you tinai prakarko swas chai, it is not healthy. It is not a correct pattern of breath. So 24 ghantama, 18 hours of the day, if we are going through emotions of anger, sadness of fear, and depression, then we are not inhaling properly. And that impacts our health in a negative way. Because when we inhale in a happy mode, long incoming breath, and long exhale, our health becomes better. We are inhaling 100% oxygen, and we are letting go, exhaling a lot of toxins. So, aja 3-4 prakarko breath we will focus on. The breath is the very first act. When we are born in the hospital, first act of life, very first act of life is breath in. And the last act of life, when we say goodbye to the world, is breath out. So what happens in between this breath in and breath out is what we call our life, amra jivan. So the quality of our life is really dependent on the quality of our mind. What does my mind tell me about myself? You're a good human being. Everybody likes you. You can make a change in society. No, nothing works out. Everything is hopeless. So the quality of my life is dependent on the quality of my mind. And the quality of my mind is dependent on the quality of my breath. What kind of breath am I taking? The short, shaky breath, cold, shaky breath, or short inhalation? So more our breath is the best kept secret. Not at home, not at school, not at work, not in college, nor at social gathering. Anyone ever says, Samjana ji, what kind of breath are you taking? Lakshmi ji, what kind of breath are you taking? Samrat ji, what type of breath? हामीले के सोच्छौं? Sudarshan bhai, तपाईले चाहिँ खाना खानु भयो आज? How are you feeling? Do you feel good? Okay, we talk about the food, we talk about other things. आज यो movie हेर्नु भयो? अनि यो program TV मा कि हाम्रो internet मा हेर्नु भयो भनेर सोच्छौं. But we never say what kind of breath you're taking, right? So now we are going to become more aware during this time of COVID. So it is only through our breath, inhaling and exhaling correctly and accurately, that we're able to fortify and strengthen our immune system. And the virus and bacteria through the medium of our breath, through our breath. Okay? So everybody ready to learn a few new techniques? Very good. So let's see further about the sources of energy. There are 4 sources of energy. First of all, it's the kind of food we eat. What type of food? So we are in total control of what we are eating. We cannot even go out to eat. So, it's all in our hands, what we are cooking, what we are feeding ourselves, right? First of all, cooked food within 4 hours. Do not eat stale food. 2 दिन बासी गरेर पर्सिको दिन खाने कि त बिहान पकाएर राति खाने त्यो नगर्नु होला. If you consume food within 4 hours, then it will not have produced a lot of toxins. त्यसमा टक्सिन्सहरू हुँदैन हैन फ्रेशली मेड विदिन 4 hours 4 घण्टा भित्रमा खाना पकाएर जुन खाना पनि तर खाना पनि कस्तो भने light kind of diet is good like vegetarian फलफुल र के तरकारीहरू best because that doesn't increase the toxin level in our system. Fruits and vegetables and a lot of grains. Grain भनेपछि के चामलहरू हैन अनि wheat यस्तो खालको grain. So the right kind of food. And then also we need to drink a lot of water. Plenty of water is very advisable, 2.5 liters. Best is little warm water with a little squeeze of lemon is good. हामीले lemon water मा राखेपछि के हुन्छ त्यसलाई it becomes alkaline because हाम्रो stomach मा जति हामीलाई fear भयो जति stress भयो our stomach will have a lot of acid reflux हुन्छ कसैको हैन acidity problem हुन्छ. So in order to negate that, it's a good idea to put a little squeeze of lemon that will turn our acid in our stomach into alkaline. Okay, so these are a few helpful tips that I know that I practice and then I'm sharing with you. Another thing we need to avoid completely is white sugar. सेतो चिनी 1 चम्चामा के हुँदो रहेछ भने 1 चम्चा सेतो चिनीले हाम्रो immunity level, immunity power decrease हुन्छ by 50% for 2 hours. So our immunity level goes down by 50% for 2 hours. 1 teaspoon of white sugar. So मेरो घरमा white sugar नै हुँदैन. We only use honey and molasses भनेपछि सक्खर हैन molasses or honey is what I use. धेरै चिनी त खाँदैन अनि त्यसैले because it now 1 can of Coke, Sprite, Fanta अहिले बोर भयो लकडाउन छ अब Fanta Coke किनेर ल्याउन चिप्स खाऊ अनि Fanta Coke खाऊ हैन. Lot of greasy food is also not good. And if Fanta, 1 can of Coke or Fanta has 7 teaspoons of white sugar, 7 or even more. So you can imagine how your immunity power will go down and down and down. We cannot afford to do that right now in this situation. A lot of hospital beds, no bed at all. Hospitals are packed, no oxygen out there. So let us help each other to stay healthy, to keep our mind healthy, to keep our lung capacity healthy, so we can fight this disease called corona. Okay? And यसले केलाई attack गर्छ त? First attack lungs. So it attacks the lungs first. So that's why we are going to talk a lot about breath and the lungs. Now sleep. How much sleep do we need? At our age, at this time, by the time you're 20 and up, we need about 6.5 to 7.5 hours of sleep. Okay? But right time of sleep also is there. We want to look at the latest news that's happening. What happened? As a कतिजना मर्यो, कतिजना COVID infected भयो भनेर we are looking at our iPhone and our computer until 1 a.m., 2 a.m. Not a good idea. Okay? To sleep by 10:30, 11 latest is good idea. When the sun sets at a certain time, like by 6:30, 7 o'clock. So 2 hours after that is 9:30, 10 o'clock is the right time for us to fall asleep, to have a deeper kind of sleep, to have a more relaxed sleep, deeper sleep, relaxed sleep, to build our immunity power. Because after a certain time, our mind will go into that mode. We call it in Ayurveda, earth element. 11 बजेपछि चाहिँ earth elementले छोप्छ रे हामीलाई अनि त्यसपछि निन्द्रा आउन गाह्रो हुन्छ निन्द्रा आए पनि कस्तो हुन्छ deep खालको sleep हुँदैन very light kind of sleep so that does not help our health. So getting up by 6:30 in the morning is a good idea. Sunrise and sunset किन भन्नुस् न because our body connects with nature. You know, the rhythm of our body is in sync with nature. The sun rises at a certain time and that time we also हामी पनि के हुन्छ भने त्यो सनराइज हुँदाखेरि हामीलाई पनि बिहान उठ्ने समय हुन्छ अनि राति सनसेट भएपछि we get tired and it's time for us to fall asleep. Okay, so sleeping at the right time and not too much sleep also. If you sleep for 12 hours, अब आज त भोलि त आइतबार कि सोमबार अब लकडाउन छैछ म 12 घण्टा सुत्छु भन्यो भने your body will get even more tired. So right healthy kind of sleep and the breath, the type of breath we take is very important. how we inhale, how we exhale. Okay, हामीले भन्यो नि happy type of breath is deep inhalation and deep and complete exhalation. Because हामी अहिले यसरी breathe गर्दाखेरि के हुँदो रहेछ भने we are only utilizing 15 to 20% of our lung capacity. यतिकै breathe गर्दाखेरि normal breath मा. But when we do some of these techniques and then go 10 minutes, if you put aside to do this kind of breath, your lungs, तपाईको फोक्सो, will be able to expand maximum 80 to 90% rather than 15 to 20%. 80 to 90% हामी expand गर्छौं अनि oxygen level intake कति गर्छौं 80 to 90%. 80-90% oxygen in. Oxygen rich body and mind, negative thoughts cannot exist for too long, and virus and bacteria cannot sustain for too long. धेरै मात्रामा हामीले oxygen हामीले sustain गर्न सक्यौं भने. So that's why to fight the disease, in order to stay healthy, in order to build our immunity, we need to have that kind of breath, at least 10 to 15 minutes a day. And meditative state of mind, when I keep calm state of mind, our mind is not calm, it's not peaceful. It's like going up and down, too many thoughts. Okay, so now let's talk about our energy. Okay, our responsibility versus our energy. हाम्रो जिम्मेवारी यहाँ छ अनि मेरो ऊर्जा यति छ. Same to same भयो भने no stress. मेरो जिम्मेवारी, मेरो ऊर्जा शक्ति, same to same. But the minute मेरो responsibility की जिम्मेवारी माथि माथि चढ्दैछ दैनिक दिनदिनै अनि मेरो ऊर्जा शक्ति यहाँ छ, the difference between my energy level and my strength and my responsibility, this difference is with what we call stress. The gray areas, you mountains जस्तो छ नि, the gray area चाहिँ is what we call stress. So now let's see, the red line is our energy level. हाम्रो ऊर्जा शक्ति रातो लाइन त्यति मात्रै भयो भने र हाम्रो जिम्मेवारी दिनदिनै माथि जान्छ तल जान्छ, कुनै दिन धेरै जिम्मेवारी कुनै दिन थोरै जिम्मेवारी. So माथि चढ्दै गयो भनेदेखि त्यो gray area, it has exceeded my energy level. My responsibility has gone above. Now that gray area is what I'm experiencing as stress. मैले अघि stress को व्याख्या गरे हैन. I gave a small demonstration. Then my body starts to tighten up and it starts to knot. That's what stress is. तर जब green line हेर्नुस् त, green line जब मेरो ऊर्जा शक्तिलाई मैले energy level लाई माथि लग्ने एउटा माध्यम बनाए, माध्यम भेटाए, when I'm able to raise my level of energy. Now my responsibility is below my energy level, no stress. Okay, यति चाहिँ विचार गर्नु होला. But let's see the other slide. We're talking about asset and liability. Life मा भनेको हाम्रो liability, म banker हुँ हैन, banking language पनि प्रयोग गर्छु कहिले कहिले. किनभने त्यसले चाहिँ हानि गर्छ. जस्तो हाम्रो माइन्ड, हाम्रो विचारधाराहरू एकदम नेगेटिभ भयो भने के हुन्छ, हाम्रो लागि हानि हुन्छ. यस्तो पनि भनिन्छ, your mind can be your best friend or it can be your worst enemy भनेको पनि सुनेको छ हामीले. हाम्रो दिमागै हाम्रो सबैभन्दा राम्रो साथी मित्र पनि हुन सक्छ, हाम्रो सबैभन्दा शत्रु पनि हुन सक्छ, our mind. So it can be a liability or can be an asset. तर म चाहिँ के भन्छु भने लाइफमा any of our liability हामीले सजगता साथ हामीले त्यसलाई we haven't been able to look at it, हैन, whether it is any of your skills. हामीमा यति खुबीहरू छन् तर त्यसलाई हामीले राम्ररी टेक्निकहरू सिकेर त्यो गर्न जानेन भनेदेखि यो liability. Even breath, we don't know how to breathe properly, it becomes a liability. When we know how to breathe correctly and accurately, it becomes an asset. हजुरहरु सबै engineering पढ्नु भइराछ हैन. अब engineer पढ्दाखेरि you go to a good college, you get good certification, and then you learn the engineering techniques. It becomes an asset in your life. You earn lots of money, you get a good job. तर तपाई कलेजै राम्रो जान सक्नु भएन हैन, पढ्न सक्नु भएन भने के हुन्छ, त्यो liability हुन्छ. अनि stressed mind मा न हामीले राम्रो पढ्न सक्छ न हामी राम्रो काम गर्न सक्छ. So people are agreeing with me, that's very good. So liability र asset यस्तो हुन्छ. So मनको फेरि म प्रवृत्तिको कुरा गर्छु हैन. Like a human mind, it doesn't matter where we are from. हामी चाहिँ अफ्रिका देशबाट हुन सक्छ, चाइनाबाट, मलेसियाबाट, अमेरिकाबाट, नेपालबाट. Once we are a human being, a human mind processes the same way. कस्तो भन्दाखेरि it wants to attach to the negative. हाम्रो mind के हुन्छ? हाम्रो mind constantly vacillate हुन्छ. Past, future, past, future, past, future thoughts. Past मा के, भूतकालमा के, कस्तो खालको विचार आउँछ? धेरै जस्तो त नकारात्मक. भूतकालमा कस्तो खालको विचार आउँछ भने anger, emotions and regret. मैले किन त्यो प्रमोसन लिएन? मैले मेरो साथीलाई किन यो भनिन? मैले आयुषजीलाई अस्ति यो किन भनेको होला? उहाँ मसँग रिसाउनु भयो. हैन? यो भूतकालको भयो. भविष्यकालमा चाहिँ के हुन्छ? Anxiety and fear. I'm so afraid what is going to happen tomorrow. मेरो बैंकमा enough balance छ कि छैन? मेरो health को के हुनेछ? मेरो पढाइको के हुनेछ? अब online class मैले भर्खर पढे, online class दिइरहेको छु, online class त्यति effective हुन सकेको छैन because I'm not able to grasp the material. यस्तो खालको चाहिँ भविष्यकाल, भूतकाल. So when my mind is vacillating in the past and future constantly, के हुन्छ? Stress. So अघि मैले भने stress factor थुप्रै हुन सक्छ, relationship problem, health problem, हैन, पढाइको सोच यताउता. The biggest stress factor is a overactive mind. Overactive भन्दा कस्तो? Past, future. Past मा 40%, भविष्यमा, भूतकालमा 40% भनेपछि भविष्यकालमा चाहिँ कति? 30%. वर्तमानमा कति त? वर्तमान क्षणमा 20% So how can we be effective if our mind is constantly dragged to the past, constantly dragged to the future? So त्यसको पनि हामी सजगता साथ हेर्न पर्ने हुन्छ. मेरो माइन्ड कहाँ छ त? Given moment. Where is it? अहिले हजुरको ध्यान र मन केमा छ? अहिले डिनर टाइम हुन आट्यो. अब आज राति के पकाएर खाने होला? बराबर. भोलि चाहिँ के होमवर्क हुने होला? होमवर्क कसरी सिध्याउने? यस्तो मन त गइहाल्छ. You are looking at me, we are interacting, but I can guarantee your mind is all over the place. And the human mind processes 40 to 50,000 thoughts a day. So Darshan bhai ani yatapati Mishajiharu smile गरिराख्नु भएको छ because they agree, right? A human mind processes 40 to 50,000 thoughts a day. 40-50,000 विचारहरू आइराख्छ गइराख्छ. So त्यसमा हामी सजगता साथ हेर्नुपर्छ. अनि the only way we can calm our mind, bring our mind from past and future to the present, हामी वर्तमान क्षणमा 80% भयो भने, and past पनि चाहिन्छ हामीलाई because we need to think about हिजो के भयो, मैले यो गर्न नहुने, त्यो पनि चाहिन्छ हामीलाई 10%. And into the future, भोलि के गर्ने? Planning त गर्नु पर्यो, हैन? 10%, 15%, okay. But in the present moment, 70 to 80% हुनु पर्यो नि. तर उल्टा भयो भने के हुन्छ? Past मा धेरै मन गइरहेछ, future मा धेरै गइरहेछ भने हामी we cannot be effective in anything we do. हाम्रो productivity level एकदम down हुन्छ. हैन? So कुनै student, कुनै faculty members, कुनै businessmanहरू, we need to be in the present moment because only in the present moment we can make correct decision at the right time, right moment with right group of people because our mind has clarity of thinking. Mind my clarity छैन, एकदम hazy. के हो खै मलाई थाहा नै भएन, decision पनि बनाउन सकेको छैन. के गर्ने? भरे के खाने पनि थाहा छैन, भोलि के गर्ने पनि थाहा छैन. So यस्तो खालको behavior ले गयो भनेदेखि चाहिँ we are being controlled by our emotion. We are not in control of our mind and our emotion. But we need to be able to reverse it. अनि एउटै माध्यम, simplest, we are all born with it, which is our breath. Simple मा पनि simple छ, but it is something we all ignore. That's why we call it the best kept secret. So we'll do some exercises after having said this. अर्को मनको प्रवृत्ति, म 2-3 कुरा गर्छु मनको प्रवृत्ति. एउटा चाहिँ clinging to the past and future, constantly vacillation. त्यसले गर्दा तनाव दिन्छ. फेरि clinging to negative emotion, past कि future मा, भूतकाल भविष्यकालमा खाली नकारात्मक विचारहरू मात्रैमा झुन्डिराख्छ हाम्रो मन. And it doesn't matter human being भएपछि सानो नानीहरू त्यस्तो हुँदैन. 5-6 वर्षको मेरसम्म they're very natural. उनीहरूको मन त्यस्तोतिर जाँदैन. But as we get older, as we become adults, then मनको प्रवृत्ति यस्तो हुन्छ. Think to know. Now मनलाई हामीले यो गर भनेर इन्स्ट्रक्सन दियो भने गर्दैन. The mind operates in a different way. अब मलाई राति हिजो सुत्न गाह्रो भयो, म सुत्न खोजेँ होइन, अनि सुत्न खोजेँ, ल निन्द्रा आऊ भने झन् निन्द्रा यति टाढा जान्छ. त्यसैले पहिला पहिला हाम्रो बाजे बराजुहरूले के भन्थ्यो, दलिन गर्नु है निन्द्रा आन भने भन्थ्यो. आजकल त दलिन पनि छैन, इट्स अल सिमेन्टेड रुफ होइन. अनि त्यसैले इन द वेस्ट दे से काउन्ट द sheep. sheep 1, sheep 2, भेडा बाख्राहरू यसो दौडिँदै गएको त्यसलाई चाहिँ काउन्ट गर्नु रे के, अनि त्यो काउन्ट गर्दा गर्दा अनि यु फल अस्लीप. सो मनलाई चाहिँ वी क्यानट टेल इट टु डु समथिङ, इट डज जस्ट द अपोजिट. फर इन्स्टेन्स अहिले मैले हजुरहरूलाई तपाईँहरू सबैलाई think of any animal in the zoo. सबैजना जू जानु भएको छ नि होइन. when we are in 4th grade, 5th grade, 6th grade हामी सबैजना जू त गएको छ नि. जूमा कतिवटा 100 एउटा एनिमल्सहरू हुन्छ जे पनि होइन. अनि you can think of any animal in the zoo. Kapilji, you can think of any animal in the zoo, but please do not think of a white monkey. Niteshji, do not think of a white monkey. Raishaji, सेतो बाँदरको चाहिँ विचारै नगर्नु होला. हुन्छ? अब के भयो तपाईको मनमा? अरु कुनै पनि जनावरहरु मनमा आएन, त्यही सेतो बाँदर चाहिँ नाचिराख्या हुन्छ भरे रातिसम्म पनि. You go to bed, सेतो बाँदर नाचिरा हुन्छ. So मनको प्रवृत्ति पनि यो के हो भने what you resist will persist. जे कुरा नगर भन्यो त्यही गरिन्छ. So यो पनि एउटा हामीले ध्यानमा ल्याउनु पर्ने कुरा हो. So मनको प्रवृत्ति यस्तो भएपछि चाहिँ अब हामीले के गर्छौं, ब्रेथलाई प्रयोग गर्छौं. हामीले श्वासलाई प्रयोग गरेर चाहिँ अनि bring immediately, we don't have to think intellectually. अब हेर्नुस् न अर्को कुरा के छ भने हाम्रो academic style all over the globe compartmentalized. Everything is in compartment. Engineering, doctor, artist. Engineer भएपछि तपाईहरु पनि engineer, so we can become friends. So there is that level of connection because we have the same profession. म banker, तपाईहरुसँग मेरो के पनि मिल्दैन कुरा, because I'm a banker, I only think in banking terminology. Right? So हामी यति compartment मा बस्छौं. So there is no sense of relation, connectedness and belongingness. So अहिले COVID ले हामीलाई के सिकाएको छ भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ this sense of we belong to each other. Okay, हैन? एउटै भाइरसले सबैलाई अट्याक गरेको छ. एउटै औषधि, you know, whether it's AstraZeneca or it is the Chinese vaccine, एउटै भ्याक्सिनले संसारभरि, it has shown that there is connection in all humans. त्यो broader scale बाट हामीले सोच्ने विचार गर्ने गर्नुपर्छ. नतबदेखि के गर्छ हाम्रो ईगो अहंकार भन्नेले के गर्छ, you know, somebody is more wealthy than me, उसको यति ठुलो घर छ मेरो छैन, उसको 4 वटा गाडी छ मेरो छैन, म I cannot become friends with this person, उले PhD सम्म पढ्या छ, म ब्याचलर्स पनि सिध्या छैन. सो यस्तो भेदभावनाहरु बनाइराख्छ अनि it keeps us separate and separate and separate, no connection. So in order for us to be happier human beings, to be more relaxed with ourselves and to accept myself, to accept all of you, because we are one human race. के भयो त तपाईहरु engineering पढ्यो, म banking पढे, म banking ला, त्यो केही फरक पर्दैन. We are one human race. भन्ने चाहिँ त्यो sense of belonging मा लाग्यो भनेदेखि चाहिँ it helps us to have a healthier mind and healthier lifestyle where we can connect with anyone and everyone. अब मलाई यस्तो लाग्छ हेर्नुस् न, हजुरहरुले मलाई इन्भाइट गर्नुभयो कपिलजी हैन, अनि त्यसपछि जानियाजीसँग कनेक्ट भयो. So I feel very, I have not known you, maybe we'll never meet, online मात्रै भेटिन्छ कि कुनै दिन फेरि रियल लाइफमा भेटिन्छ, तै पनि a sense of connectedness. अब मलाई यो few techniques मैले थाहा छ. I've been a trainer now for over 20 years भनौं न, यस्तो खालको technical training in the banking, but with the art of living, your wellness and well-being को training चाहिँ I've been a trainer for over 13 years. I've been a corporate international trainer for over 13 years. म आफै practitioner of this for over 17 years. किनभने मलाई यस्तो practical लाग्यो कि अब सबैजनाले के भन्छ, don't take stress. आनन्द गरेर बस्नुस् न, किन शिक्षाजी तपाई किन टेन्सन लिनुहुन्छ? Keep a smile on your face. Do not take stress, just let it be. Samratji, do not take stress, just smile and just take it easy. भन्न सजिलो तर गर्न गाह्रो नि त. तर मैले यो टेक्निकमा के भेटाए भने how to I found the how-to. Tools and techniques were so practical. So त्यसैले I've been a practitioner for 17 years. And how much time does it take me every day? 20-25 minutes. And I do it first thing in the morning. Just to हामीले shower लिन्छ नि, shower लिएर दाँत माझ्छ, मुख सफा राख्नलाई, अनि shower लिन्छ, अनि लुगा फेरेर चट्ट सफा गरेर बस्नलाई हैन. त्यस्तै गरेर our mind also needs cleansing. नत्र माइन्डमा क्लेन्जिङ हामीले गरेन भने के हुन्छ? Lot of impressions will stack up, right? So त्यस्तो भनेर now we'll do few exercises. First of all, सबैजना रिटको हड्डी सिधा राखेर sit up straight on your chair. जहाँ बस्नु भएको छ, जहाँ comfortable हुनुहुन्छ त्यही बस्नु होला. And taking deep inhalation and exhale. अब फेरि लामो गहिरो श्वास भित्र अनि बाहिर. फेरि लामो श्वास भित्र अनि बाहिर. अब बिस्तारै आँखा खोल्नु होला. म एउटा प्रश्न सोध्छु, तपाईहरुले खाली हात माथि मात्रै राख्नुपर्छ. Okay? Now I will ask you, मैले क्वेशन नै सोधेको छैन सुदर्शन भाइ. Okay. श्वास भित्र लिँदाखेरि कति जना तपाईहरुको चाहिँ पेट भित्र गयो? When you breathe in गर्दाखेरि पेट चाहिँ भित्र कसको भित्र गयो? Okay. धेरै जनाको पेट भित्र गयो. Okay. कति जनाको चाहिँ छाती र पेट बाहिर आयो भित्र श्वास लिँदाखेरि? When you breathe in. Okay, very good. The correct method of breathing is, imagine your chest and your stomach is like a balloon. Imagine गर्नुस् कि हाम्रो छाती र पेटको भाग चाहिँ बलुन जस्तो. So बलुनमा हावा पुग्दा के हुन्छ? पुग्छ नि त. So your stomach and your chest is supposed to expand when you breathe in. Correct method. Just like धेरै मात्रामा stress भयो, then opposite हुन्छ, reverse हुँदो रहेछ. So let us do it correctly, okay? सबैजना आँखा बन्द गरौँ फेरि. अनि breathing in, expansion, expand your chest, expand your stomach. Breathing out, pull your navel, नाभिलाई भित्र तानौ, अनि contraction. फेरि breath in, expansion. Expansion भनेको के हो? पेट फुलाउने, छाती फुलाउने. किनभने हाम्रो पेट चाहिँ बलुन जस्तो. छाती र पेटको भाग. Breathing in, expansion. Breathing out, contraction. श्वास भित्र फुलाउने, पेट र छाती फुलाउने. श्वास बाहिर निकाल्दाखेरि contraction. Keep doing that 10 times. Breath in, expansion. शरीरलाई एकदम ढिला छोड्दियो. टाउकोदेखि खुट्टासम्म, especially यो छातीको भागलाई ढिला छोड्दियो. Relax your whole body completely. Breath in, expansion. Breath out, contraction. Breath in, breath out. Breath in. Keep on. A few more times. Feel your chest and your stomach expand as you inhale. श्वास भित्र तान्दाखेरि, inhale गर्दाखेरि, feel your chest, your lungs expansion. And श्वास बाहिर फ्याल्दाखेरि चाहिँ नाभिलाई भित्र तानेर completely contract. 2 more rounds. Breath in, expansion. Breath out, contraction. Breath in and breath out. बिस्तारै आँखा खोल्न सक्नुहुन्छ. सबैले भयो? Please do this kind of breath. मैले हजुरहरुलाई कहिले नभेटे पनि every day, you know, for at least 20 times. एउटा कुनै चेयरमा बसेर खाना टन्न खाएपछि गर्ने होइन है यो कुनै पनि exercise. I'll be sharing 3 more exercises with you. Okay? You breath in गर्दाखेरि expand, breath out गर्दा contract. किन भन्नुस् न? Again, we are helping our lung capacity to maximize. हामीले हाम्रो फोक्सोलाई चाहिँ एकदमै exercise दिनुपर्छ के, so that it becomes healthier and healthier for immunity power to increase, right? अनि त्यो अनि श्वास बाहिर निकाल्दाखेरि सजगता साथ नाभिलाई भित्र तान्ने अनि expel all the toxins. 80% of toxin is eliminated through our breath. 80% हाम्रो तनावहरु through the breath. Not when you go to the bathroom. Yes, 15 to 20%, but 80% is through our breath. And your negative emotions or toxins, हामी यहाँ भित्र राख्नु पर्या छैन, because it causes disease. We need to get rid of it, get it out. सो तपाईहरुले आजबाट चाहिँ 20 times दिनको 3 पटक यो breath in, inhale, expansion, exhale, contraction. Think of your system as a balloon. Breath out, breath in, breath out. यसो गर्न सक्ने भने हजुरहरुको immunity power will go up, energy level will go up. Just this very simple technique. अब अर्को technique छ, सबैलाई सजिलो भयो नि है, it was very simple. Now the second technique is your thumb, you're going to put it up, यसरी up, middle, down. Okay? माथि यहाँनिर अनि तल खुट्टानिर. So यो के गर्न आँटेको? Imagine that your thumb is a candle light. हामीले कल्पना गर्छौं यो चाहिँ हाम्रो candle light. यो candle light चाहिँ हामीले गरेर पुग्ने. पहिला breath in गर्ने, पुरा complete breath in through the nose. And you have to put out the candle. 3 places, माथि, यहाँ अनि तल. We'll do it 5 times. Ready? सबैजना दायाँ हातको, बायाँ हात भए पनि हुन्छ, it doesn't matter. Only one hand. So imagine the candle is lit. बलिरहेछ. त्यो candle लाई हामीले फुकेर निभाउनु छ. Ready? Long deep breath in. Make sure the light is out. फेरि तल medium यहाँनिर. फेरि अनि तलपट्टि. सँगै गरौँ हामी. अब माथि. Second round. Third. Relax. Fourth. Last round. अब आँखा बन्द गरौँ. दुवै हातलाई हत्केला माथि फर्काएर दुवै हातलाई घुँडा माथि. कता कता रिङ्गटा लाग्या जस्तो पनि हुन्छ. That is okay because we are inhaling lot of oxygen. हाम्रो system used to छैन यति oxygen inhale गर्ने. So but it's okay. Take deep breath in, breathing out. Another deep breath in and breathing out. बिस्तारै आँखा खोल्न सक्नुहुन्छ. मैले रिल्याक्स भन्दाखेरि दुवै हातलाई घुँडा माथि हत्केला माथि फर्काइदिने. रिल्याक्स गर्ने. यहाँ माथि हैन, यहाँ घुँडा माथि. On your lap. Okay, relax now. Very good. So that was 2 types of breath. First breath, inhale, expansion, exhale, contraction. Second breath, लामो गहिरो श्वास भित्र नाकबाट अनि गरेर पुग्ने. Inhaling lot of oxygen, exhaling lot of toxins. So हाम्रो शरीरको भित्र हामीलाई थाहा पनि छैन. We cannot imagine how much transformation is taking place just by doing this simple exercise. अब अर्को breath हामी गर्छौं. Everyone ready? हामी यो shoulder लाई एकदमसँग expand गर्छौं यसरी. हात यसरी गरेर. So breathe in. Long deep breath through the nose. Breathe out. यसो clap गरेर. So 15 times. गर्दै गर्नु होला. सँगै गरौँ. 1 2 3 ready? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15. यसो गर्दाखेरि एकदम एक्सप्यान्ड गर्ने हुन्छ. यो पनि एक्सरसाइज गर्न होला घरमा दिनदिनै. It only takes 1 minute. Okay? Now यो गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ हाम्रो लङलाई यसरी एक्सप्यान्ड भयो है. अब हामी लङलाई यसरी एक्सप्यान्ड गर्छौं. त्यो कसरी भन्दाखेरि breathe in and out only through the nose. कुमले चाहिँ कानलाई छुन खोज्ने प्रयास गर्ने. 10 times. Very good. अनि यो चाहिँ oxygen intake and taking care of the toxins out. अब यताबाट अनि यताबाट पनि भयो. Very simple exercise. Now I'm going to show you a fifth kind of breath. नितेशजीलाई पसिना पनि आयो. पसिना पनि आउँछ किनभने यसले चाहिँ एकदम यो body temperature लाई पनि it brings it up, which is good. Okay? Oxygen ले. So हल्का मुठी कुमको दायाँ र बायाँ अनि कुइनाले चाहिँ शरीरलाई छोएको होस् रिटको हड्डी सिधा straighten your back relax your whole body gentle smile on the face अनुहारमा प्रसन्नता ओके अब यसो गरेर मैले डेमोन्स्ट्रेट गर्छु मैले अनि मात्र हजुरले गर्ने अब ब्रेथ इन भन्दाखेरि हात दुवै माथि लगेर अनि मुट्ठी खोल्ने ओके माथि चाहिँ मुट्ठी खोल्ने अनि डाउन भन्दाखेरि यसरी फेरि मुट्ठी बन्द मुट्ठी खोल्ने मुट्ठी बन्द 1 डाउन 2 डाउन गर्छु म अनि फोर्सफुल ब्रेथ इन फोर्सफुल ब्रेथ आउट कसरी यस्तो गर्ने 10 पल्ट गर्छौं ओके सो एभ्रीवन रेडी हल्का मुट्ठी कुमको दायाँ र बायाँ अनि टिस्यु छ भनेदेखि प्लिज क्लियर योर नोज so you can breathe properly ready हल्का मुट्ठी कुमको दायाँ र बायाँ मुट्ठी नै बनाउनु हल्का मुट्ठी अनि माथि जाँदाखेरि मुट्ठी खोल्ने अनि स्लाइट जर्कले यसरी गर्ने स्लाइट जर्कले यसो तल ल्याउने ओके सो तर कम्प्लिट ब्रेथ इन जोरसँग श्वास लिने नाकबाट मात्र मुख बन्द आँखा बन्द गर्नुपर्छ जोरसँग श्वास नाकबाट जोरसँग श्वास नाकबाट फेरि आउट एन्ड इन ओके टुगेदर वी बिगिन सबैजना आँखा बन्द मुख बन्द रिटको हड्डीलाई सिधा रिल्याक्स योर होल बडी हल्का मुट्ठी कुमको दायाँ र बायाँ टुगेदर वी बिगिन in out in out in out in out continue अनि रिल्याक्स दुवै हातलाई पुरा माथि हत्केला माथि फर्काइदेऊ रिल्याक्स 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 भन्दाखेरि दुवै हात हत्केला माथि फर्काएर अब सेकेन्ड राउन्डलाई तयार हौ हल्का मुट्ठी कुमको दायाँ र बायाँ we begin together in 1 in 2 continue and relax दुवै हात खुट्टा माथि हत्केला माथि फर्काइदेऊ the palms are facing up to the ceiling relax भन्दाखेरि नितेश जी दुवै हात खुट्टा माथि हत्केला माथि फर्काइदेऊ normal breath in and out आफ्नो श्वास शरीर प्रति सजग हुँदै become aware of your breath and your body and become aware of the sensation within अब third and last round हल्का मुट्ठी कुमको दायाँ र बायाँ together we begin and relax दुवै हात खुट्टा माथि एक खुट्टा माथि हत्केला माथि फर्काइदेऊ relaxing your whole body अब आँखा बन्दै राखौं close your eyes close your eyes close your mouth दुवै हात खुट्टा माथि relax your whole body completely breath in breath out लामो गहिरो श्वास भित्र अनि बाहिर अर्को लामो गहिरो श्वास भित्र अनि बाहिर incoming breath energizes outgoing breath relaxes अहिले हाम्रो ध्यान हाम्रो पैतालातिर let us bring our awareness to our feet आँखा बन्द मुख बन्द our feet has taken us to many appointments all these years 20 30 40 plus years यो समय this moment we are making appointments with ourselves हामी आफैसँग appointment बनाउँदै छौं breath in breath out long deep inhalation and exhale Breathing in, breathing out. Incoming breath energizes, outgoing breath relaxes. Bring your awareness to your legs. Breathing in, breathing out. Now bring your attention to your body. Sabai vital organs in your body. Stomach region ma chai liver, spleen, kidney, intestine, stomach. Relaxing more and more. Aankha banda, mukh banda. Sharirलाई ढिला छोड्दियौ. Bring your awareness to your chest, the lungs and the heart. हाम्रो मुटु, हाम्रो पुच्छतिर ध्यान देऊ. हाम्रो शरीरको सबै यो vital organsहरू, all these years, 30, 40 plus years, it has been operating on its own. तपाईको स्वीकृति बिना, without your permission, without your instruction. We are grateful for our body and our breath. लामो गहिरो सास भित्र अनि बाहिर. श्वास र शरीरप्रति कृतज्ञ छौं. It is the best gift from nature. प्रकृतिको एउटा देन हो हाम्रो यो श्वास र शरीर र हाम्रो जीवन. We will honor it. Bring your awareness to your throat, your neck, your shoulders, all the way to your fingertips and your hands. Your हातले यति वर्ष कति काम गरिरहेछ. Writing, cooking, cleaning, computer work, driving. हामी आफ्नो हातप्रति कृतज्ञ छौं. We're grateful for our body and our breath. अब हाम्रो ध्यान, हाम्रो गर्दन, घाँटी, अनुहार, यो सबै muscles-लाई ढिला छोड्दियौ. Allow it to relax completely. Breath in, breath out. There are millions of cells in our body. All these cells are getting reactivated with the breath in and breath out. लामो गहिरो श्वास भित्र अनि बाहिर. Breathing in, breathing out. Now bring your awareness to the thoughts in your mind. हरेक थरीको विचारधारा, भूतकाल, भविष्यकालका विचार. यी सबै विचारलाई स्वीकारिदेऊ. सकारात्मक, नकारात्मक विचारहरू सबैलाई स्वीकारिदेऊ. Let us accept all the thoughts in our mind, good thoughts, bad thoughts, positive, negative. कुनै किसिमको भेदभावना नराखिकन, we will accept them. When we accept all our thoughts, we are in harmony with our body and our breath and our mind. हाम्रो श्वास प्रश्वासमा ध्यान दिँदै श्वासको गति र ताललाई हेर्दै जाऊँ. लामो गहिरो श्वास भित्र expansion, लामो गहिरो श्वास बाहिर contraction. In, breath out, completely letting go. I am peace, I am joy. म आफै शान्तको माध्यम हुँ. लामो गहिरो श्वास भित्र अनि feel that peace and calm from within. Long deep breath in, breathing out, relaxing more and more, letting go. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Let there be peace within me. Let there be peace all around me and in my surroundings. Jaya hos sabako mangala hos. Jaya hos sabako mangala hos. Chita sadai bari komala hos. Chita sadai bari komala hos. Let my mind be at peace so it can be flexible and it can have all that compassion for myself and for other human beings all around. श्वास शरीर र वातावरणप्रति सजग हुँदै becoming aware of your breath, your body, and your surroundings. Slowly, you may open your eyes. आँखा खोल्न सक्नुहुन्छ. कस्तो रह्यो? छोटो meditation, mindfulness, some techniques. अब डेली हजुरहरूले यो 2-4 वटा ब्रिदिङ टेक्निकहरु गर्न सक्नुभयो भने यस्तो गर्न सक्यो भने अब इन अ लिटल व्हाइल विल गो फर क्वेशन एन्ड आन्सर. त्यो भन्दा अगाडि मलाई चाहिँ यहाँ कोही फ्रीडम फाइट उहाँहरूले पनि लेख्न भएको छ डाइरेक्ट मेसेजमा लाम यो अनलाइन क्लासेसहरु लिँदाखेरि चाहिँ एकदमै गाह्रो भइरहेछ भनेर. एन्ड आई क्यान टोटली अन्डरस्ट्यान्ड. आइम श्योर फ्याकल्टीहरु सबैलाई पनि थाहा होला हैन अनलाइन क्लास लिँदाखेरि बुझिरहेको हुँदैन. फेरि होमवर्क असाइनमेन्ट टेस्टहरु. सो अब सबै कलेजेसहरुमा यो च्यालेन्ज त आइ नै रहेछ कि. अनि तर माइन्ड फोकसमा भएन भनेदेखि मैले भने नि भूतकाल भविष्यकालमा गइरहेछ भने वर्तमान क्षणमा बस्न सकेन भनेदेखि चाहिँ के हुन्छ तपाईको इफेक्टिभनेस टु स्टडी पनि कम हुन्छ. सो इट्स रियली इम्पोर्टेन्ट वी टेक केयर अफ आवर माइन्ड सो इट क्यान टेक केयर अफ अस. ओके सो त्यो भनेर चाहिँ हजुरहरूलाई त्यही अब 4 डेको 2-3 घण्टाको हाम्रो यो सेसन छ. Many colleges, many faculties and universities have taken part in our training, हैन. अनि फर्स्ट टाइम तपाईहरुकोमा म आउँदै छु यहाँ. सो हाम्रो यो ट्रेनिङको चाहिँ अघि भर्खर शेयर गर्न भइसकेको छ तानिया जीले. And so त्यति भनेर another thing I want to explain to you, हैन. We have to realize we are there for each other भनेर मैले अघि भने नि जस्तो पौडो छोरीको एउटा कथा छ कि उहाँहरु चाहिँ वकिङ जानु भइरहेको थियो रहेछ. अनि जंगलको बाटो थियो. अनि त्यहाँ चाहिँ एउटा रुखको ठूलो हाँगा चाहिँ यसो खसेर चाहिँ बाटो ब्लक भएछ. अनि बाउले छोरीलाई हेर्यो, छोरीले बुवालाई हेर्यो. अनि छोरीले के भनेछ, बुवा तपाई पिर नलिनुस्, म यो हाँगालाई उठाउँछु सो वी क्यान स्टार्ट वकिङ अगेन. अनि बुवाले हुन्छ छोरी उठाउन त भनेछ. अनि त्यो छोरीले चाहिँ उठाउन कोसिस गर्यो हैन. यसो हेर्यो, हेर्दाखेरि त एउटा सानो हाँगा जस्तो मात्रै थियो. बट शी कुड नट इभन लिफ्ट इट 1 inch. She had such a difficult time. Then she tried again. फेरि उले कोसिस गर्यो. अनि बुवाले भन्यो तिम्रो सबै ताकत तिम्रो सबै स्ट्रेंथ प्रयोग गर न छोरी भनेछ. हुन्छ बुवा भनेर उ चाहिँ घुँडा टेकेर she kneel down and then she tried to think the branch again. 1 inch पनि मुभ गर्न सकेन. अनि बुवाले तिमीले तिम्रो सबै ताकत स्ट्रेंथ प्रयोग गर्यो त भनेर सोधेछ. तपाईले देख्नु भएको छ नि म त घुँडा टेकेर यो स्लिप पनि यसो गरेर मैले सक्दै सकेन. आई गिभ अप भनेछ. अनि बुवाले के भन्यो, नो 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 यु डिड नट युटिलाइज अल योर स्ट्रेंथ, यु डिड नट युटिलाइज अल योर एनर्जी भनेछ के. उ त छक्क परेछ. अनि बुवाले के भन्यो, आई एम अल्सो योर स्ट्रेंथ, आई एम अल्सो योर एनर्जी, यु क्यान लुक अप टु मी, यु नेभर आस्क मी फर हेल्प, म पनि त तिम्रै साथमा छु नि भनेर हामी त्यो बिर्सिन्छौँ के. सो हामी चाहिँ सानो हुँदाखेरि वी आर डिपेन्डेन्ट अन आवर प्यारेन्ट्स ओके न. कसैले हामीलाई खुवाउनु पर्छ, कसैले डाइपर चेन्ज गर्नु पर्छ, कसैले सुताउनु पर्छ. त्यसपछि हामी पढाइको क्रममा अनि त्यसपछि कामको सिलसिलामा वी बिकम इन्डिपेन्डेन्ट. फ्रम डिपेन्डेन्ट टु इन्डिपेन्डेन्ट. बट इट डजन्ट एन्ड देयर. as human race, we become interdependent. I need you, you need me. We need to help each other out. Okay? So the interdependence. So let's not forget, हाम्रो family members हुन सक्छ, हाम्रो साथीभाइ, हाम्रो institution हुन सक्छ, जो पनि, we are there for each other. We are not alone in this battle भनेर चाहिँ we have to realize. त्यति भनेर, so I'll turn it over. It's 5, 10, 15 हुन आँटेको छ. So if any questions, I would like to take, and maybe we can screen share one more time, the date and the time. Anyone interested are welcome to join the 4-day session where you learn all these important and valuable techniques, especially at this time. So, अहिलेसम्म हाम्रो 400 institutionहरूले गरिसकेका छन् यो, small institution, big, academic included, banks and many NGOs. So तपाईहरुले screenshot दिन सक्नुहुन्छ. You can call Prithvi Vikram Shrestha at this number. So I am an international corporate trainer for this. All details he can share with you. So but you have to be 18 years and up. 18 वर्षको चाहिँ उमेर हुनुपर्छ मैले ट्रेनिङ दिनलाई. Okay? So your training चाहिँ यस्तै हो, how to increase your energy level, to keep your mind more positive, and how to become more effective and dynamic in whatever field you are in. So let's open up for question and answer. Tanya ji? Inbox open लेख्न सक्नुहुन्छ.
Any queries, please feel free to ask.
Yanira, how to clear our mind and feel it with positiveness and energy. How to clear our mind. मैले भर्खर अघि भनिरहेको छु हैन, how to clear, because the mind, nature of human mind, Misha ji, is basically to be cluttered. अब जस्तो
Okay, ma'am, here I have one question. Yeah.
Okay, let me just wait just a minute. Rituji, I can see the questions. Let me answer this question, how to clear our mind. Our mind, imagine what the few techniques we did just now is to keep our mind clean like this, right? Instead of like this. Our mind, it's full of impressions and full of thoughts and full of everything, right? So just to say class ma, teacher आउनुहुन्छ, class मा चाहिँ teacher ले चाहिँ homework assignment दिनु भयो रे, है? चाहिँ engineering को के question दिनु भयो रे. So भोलि आउनुहुन्छ, then त्यो whiteboard कि blackboard erase नगरिकन she writes on top of it. Then 3rd day, 4th day, 5th day, she writes on top of what she has written before, without erasing it. So त्यो के हुन्छ? That's what a cluttered mind is. And that's what most of us have in us. This is a stress, tanav dherai matrama dincha. Until we have this to do this. And that is the technique that I'm inviting you all to participate in. You 2 hours each day, and you learn the proper way of this technique. So, Misha ji, how to clear our mind and feel it with positive. To spend at least 10 to 15 minutes a day to just let go. Whole life, to have control. Okay? Everyone, make your fist very tight. Tight tight tight. Okay, Dr. Shanti ji, tight. Now open wide. Open it up. Which one was easier? Very good. So Misha ji ko question ma chai hamro mind la hamle clear garnu cha, positive ल्याउनु छ, energy ल्याउनु छ भन्देखि चाहिँ we have to learn to let go. Okay? Okay, मैले जोले चाहिँ you could go deep in that mindfulness. That means you let go. धेरैलाई गाह्रो छ, because we've only learned to control and make it tight. Our mind is tight, our whole body is tight. त्यो हुँदाखेरि चाहिँ we don't know how to relax and let go. So your technique ma chai 4 दिनमा चाहिँ we learn at an experiential level. म यहाँ बसेर लेक्चर दिने होइन हजुरहरूले आफैले एक्सपिरियन्स गर्न सक्छ how to let go त्यसमा चाहिँ त्यो सुदर्शन क्रिया technique there are beautiful techniques that allows you to learn to let go so that your mind is more peaceful it's more clear it's more positive and you learn to get more energy in so अर्को question आछ प्रिना जी को how to identify and be able to say when to stop okay something we don't know when to stop you know when to stop look yay exercise think of it when your whole body and system and mind feels tight now you know you need to let go राति सुत्न सक्दैन you're not enjoying anything in life then you know too much control भइरहेछ you need to let go so the best way to know is the stress level is to such an extent that the only way to let go is to open your fist okay अनि त्यो let go चाहिँ कति what is my limit भनेर थाहा हुनलाई पनि यही यो 4 days प्रोग्राममा you learn those different techniques अरु के क्वेशन छ यही दुईटा मात्रै क्वेशन छ त्यहाँ anybody else any other question so तपाईहरुले उ पनि लेख्दिन सक्नुहुन्छ one line one phrase what you thought about the program some people have already written but I would love to get your feedback my family has been
thank you Neeva ma'am for this wonderful session म रोमान संग्रामजी कम्प्युटर फ्याकल्टी थर्ड इयर सम्भवतः म्यामले धेरै कुराहरू भनिसक्नु भएको छ यद्यपि हाम्रा पार्टिसिपेन्टहरूलाई केही जिज्ञासा हुन सक्छ र ती जिज्ञासा र प्रश्नलाई कृपया च्याट बक्समा लेखिदिनु होला हामीसँग केही प्रश्नहरू पहिला पनि आइसकेका छन् र म उक्त प्रश्नबाट यो क्वेशन एन्ड आन्सर सेसन सुरु गर्न चाहन्छु the question is from anonymous audience. What are your advice for the student living away from their families during this lockdown? This is my query. This is my query भन्नुभएको छ यसको बारेमा चाहिँ निभा म्यामले यसलाई चाहिँ यो प्रश्नलाई चाहिँ थोरै भिजुअलाइज गरिदिनु न म
हजुर आफ्नो फ्यामिलीबाट टाढा बस्दाखेरि because family is your biggest pillar of strength हैन यस्तो बेलामा so अब टाढै भए पनि phone त छ हामीसँग हैन we can call and then we can meet a group of friends friend को support system पनि बनाउन सकिन्छ हामीले so we don't feel alone so that is very important अब you are in a very good college हैन सबैजना फ्याकल्टीहरुको पनि अब यहाँ मैले direct message मलाई individually एकजना लेख्नु भएको छ मेरो सबै फ्यामिली मेम्बर्स कोभिडले पोजिटिभ भएको छ त्यसको माथि पनि मेरो यो सबै होमवर्क र असाइनमेन्ट अनि माइ लाइफ इज अ टोटल chaos है भनेर भन्नु भएको छ so what I would suggest is please take 10 to 15 minutes a day sit somewhere and take this deep inhalation in and out गर्नु होला नि please reach out to us किनभने extreme case of stress मा चाहिँ you'll have to go for mental help so त्यहाँ नजाओस् भनेर हाम्रो यो preventive care and during this time of COVID there has been 40% increase in depressive illness and suicide case in Nepal 40% increase according to studies so we shouldn't take this lightly okay so your manko tanav bhaneko cheez it can really eat us and very family नै छैन भने you are staying in a rented place somewhere हैन please reach out to certain friends families and I would like to request the college also advanced engineering college to create this support friends support faculties 3-4 जना students are like यति तनाव हुँदाखेरि यो कसरी गर्ने भनेर so please reach out to us यो मैले जुन ट्रेनिङ भने नि त्यो ट्रेनिङको चाहिँ definitely I'm a volunteer trainer but the art of living किनभने हामीले यो सेसन चाहिँ मेरो I'm doing these free sessions so anybody wants to invite to give this 1 hour 1.5 hour session more than welcome तर त्यो टेक्निक सिक्नलाई चाहिँ आर्ट अफ लिभिङ को चाहिँ एउटा contribution amount that goes directly to COVID cause because I'm a volunteer trainer हैन त्यो 4 दिनको चाहिँ it's 1500 rupees for all 4 days okay total and that contribution amount goes but कुनै पनि स्टुडेन्ट को चाहिँ त्यो फाइनान्शियल सिचुएसन छैन भने कपिल सर and Tanya ji, please let us know because we can raise funds from the community okay so that we can make तर मैले एउटा भन्छु कि कपिल सर मैले यो 4 दिनको चाहिँ फ्री मा गर्छु भने I can guarantee over my experience फ्री मा पाएको चाहिँ आज जान्छु भोलि जान्न यस्तो हुन्छ So if you cannot pay 1,500, please pay 500 from your pocket. Or if the college can do something about it. Then I'll put the rest of the money because I can raise fund for you. Your situation, let nobody go into depressive illness. You have to go for medical treatment. You have to take antidepressant. This goes side effect. So all of us know, you say preventive care. And you practice, it has been taught in 157 countries across the globe, 6 continents for the past 40 years. 250 million people have benefited from this program. And 17 years I've been a practice now for last 13 years. So I decided, besides other volunteer work I do, I did banking for many years, other volunteer work I do this because I know it makes a huge impact and difference in the community. So, ekdamai simple, very useful life skills. So anyone is welcome. You have to be 18 and up. Your training program. And if you cannot afford, you are away from your family, please let us know. Prithvi's number, you can share it again. And then, that way you can let us know what your situation is. So you can take part in the full program is what I would recommend to you.
हजुरको अभिव्यक्तिको लागि धन्यवाद। अनि एउटा अन्तिम प्रश्न छ म्यामको लागि, यो मेरो व्यक्तिगत आफ्नै प्रश्न हो। How do I offer emotional support to friends, family members or co-worker who have been quarantined due to COVID-19? यसको थोरै म्यामले एक्सप्लेन गरिदिनु
पर्यो। The best way you can give your emotional support is to listen. Listening skill is very important. Advice dine bhandakiri pani, unharko ke chha ni manma bhako, if you can have a listening ear, that is the best way you can support. And another way to support is मैले यो जुन simple technique सिकाएको छु तपाईहरुलाई है, friend, family, like breathing in expansion, breathing out contraction. यो breath चाहिँ दिनको 10 पल्ट 3 times a day लिनु भनेर भन्नुस् हैन। अनि यो candle फुक्ने, you can teach that. Okay, so these two you can teach. Long deep breath in, expansion. त्यो गर्दाखेरि नै उनीहरुलाई के हुन्छ भने emotional support भनेको के हो, because they are stressed. The stress level चाहिँ तल आउँछ। Stress hormone को नाम के हो, cortisol हैन। अनि peace hormone को नाम के हो, prolactin. So त्यो cortisol level हामी सबैमा अहिले धेरै मात्रामा भइराछ, बढिराछ cortisol level. So the cortisol लाई कसरी तल ल्याउने, त्यो चाहिँ। So emotional support को लागि चाहिँ just the fact that they call you, that means they have trust in you. Romance calling you. मलाई एकदम दुःख परेको बेलामा मलाई फोन गर्छु, somebody who has the listening ear, I will call हैन। जसले चाहिँ सुन्दै सुन्दैन म किन कल गर्छु हैन, आफुलाई दुःख परेको बेलामा। So first to listen, second you can teach the breath in, breath out, and just calming down. Okay, those are techniques. So I also have like short guided mindfulness which you can utilize. I can find and I can share with Tanya ji at some point. 3-4 minutes, okay? You can just, it's an audio, and then you can take it. If you don't end up taking my training program, but I would highly recommend at this time, especially for the youth group and also faculty, you can join. Let's say you're online, I have many people from across the globe joining the session, from Australia, from Europe, from all over the place. They are joining the session. So we do have Zoom capacity, but first come, first serve. So if you are really interested, please let us know, so we can secure the space for you. हजुर भन्नुस् न अरु चाहिँ हजुर के भन्नुहुन्छ?
Okay, हामीले निभा प्रधान म्यामको सेसनबाट र क्वेशन एन्सर सेसनबाट धेरै कुरा जान्ने मौका पायौं र अब कार्यक्रम लगभग अन्त्यतर्फ आइसकेको छ र अन्त्यमा कोभिड पेन्डेमिकको कारण देश नै पूर्ण लकडाउन भइरहेको यस अवस्थामा समयको सदुपयोग र हामीमा सकारात्मक ऊर्जा थपौँ भन्ने उद्देश्यले आयोजना गरिएको हो। यस कार्यक्रममा आफ्नो व्यस्तताको बावजुद हामीलाई आफ्नो अमूल्य समय दिनुभएकोमा हामी सम्पूर्ण आयोजकको तर्फबाट आभार व्यक्त गर्दछौँ। हामी आशा गर्दछौँ हजुरको माया र साथ यसै गरी आगामी दिनहरूमा पनि पाइरहनेछौँ। यस वेबिनारमा उपस्थित भएर अन्त्यसम्म साथ दिनुभएकोमा गुरु अग्रज दाइ दिदी साथीहरू र भाइ बहिनीहरूलाई धन्यवाद दिन चाहन्छु। हामी आगामी दिनहरूमा पनि यस्तै कार्यक्रम गर्नेछौँ र हजुरहरूको यस्तै उपस्थिति अपेक्षा गर्दछौँ। हामी यस कार्यक्रमको अन्तिम घडीमा छौँ र फेरि पनि यस कार्यक्रममा उपस्थित हुनुभएको सम्पूर्ण कृतज्ञता व्यक्त गर्दै कार्यक्रमको अन्त्य भएको घोषणा गर्दछु। धन्यवाद।
हामी एउटा फोटो खिच्न मिल्छ? यहाँ सबैजनाको भिडियो अन गर्यो भनेदेखि एउटा भिडियो अन गरिदिनु होला फोटोलाई। So we see who you are. यहाँ अझै एक दुईवटा क्वेसन्स आएको थियो, मैले इमेल सेयर गरेको छु, मलाई हेर्नु होला। सुशान्तजी, मेरो इमेल त्यहाँ, so you can write to me further. Very good. नितेशजीले हात माथि गर्नु भएको छ। सो हामी प्रोग्रामको त एन्डमा आइसकेका छौँ। सो अब त्यो फोन नम्बर या इमेलमा लेख्न सक्नुहुन्छ। Wishing everyone safety and wellness. मेरो इमेल पनि यहाँ सेयर गर्दैछु। सो यो लामो सम्झनाजी, थ्याङ्क यू सम्झनाजी। सम्झनाजीले चाहिँ इन्ट्रोड्युस गरेको हो रहेछ हैन, कपिलजीले भन्नुभयो मलाई। मैले खोजिरहेको थिएँ सम्झनाजीलाई, अहिले बल्ल देखेँ। शी इज अल्सो अनदर ट्रेनर लाइक मी पनि हो उहाँ पनि। सो सम्झनाजी, हामी यो अरू कलेजमा पनि लाग्न सक्छौँ। वी क्यान ब्रिङ इट टु मेनी इन्डिभिजुअल्स। थ्याङ्क यू सम्झनाजी। सो सबैलाई धेरै धन्यवाद। Stay safe, stay well. I know it's not easy time, but we are not alone. Okay? Reach out for help, everyone.
Yes. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you, Tanya.